right, if you guys are just joining in, the current clan boss team that we're running is called the ManCrush. You're gonna see it right here. So currently it's 2 Maneaters and Skullcrusher along with 2 DPS. Right now the team does about 28 to 31 mil per key. And I do use Saito as a bit of a flex. So sometimes I flex in Fayne, or if I'm feeling like having, you know, some fun and nonsense, typical nonsense with Leila. Sometimes I will also flex in Death Knights. And I'll show you guys what their gear is, I'll show you their masteries, I'll show you their speeds. And also keep in mind there's plenty of room for improvement. Okay, so the ManCrush composition has 2 Maneaters and a Skullcrusher. So this Maneater happens to be my slow boy, and his stats I have him at 215 speed, and these are his masteries, okay? Also, what I was working on with him is giving him a poison set, a toxic set, to try to get a little bit more damage out of him. And also keep in mind, guys, that there's things that attribute as well as Great Hall. That's a big thing too. So I've been currently working on Great Hall as well. So slow boy's speed is 215. Then we have fast boy. So you're gonna see that he does have some speed sets, but he also has some broken up as well too. All right. Stats 221 speed is what we're at here. And here are the masteries for the fast boy. Okay, 2 Maneaters, again, more of like a slow Maneater kind of comp, 215, 221. Next, we do have a Skullcrusher. So here's Skullcrusher, here's his masteries. Here's his masteries. Now, Skullcrusher, I have running the slowest at 173, all right? And what I also was doing with him, trying to squeeze out a little bit more damage on him, is he does have a toxic set and he has speed. Now, he's the newest one I've added, and again, always room for improvement, particularly with gear upgrades and the Great Hall. So we're expecting to be able to do a little bit more with him. Also, right now, when you see that I run the clan boss, I end up not doing his A2, which is Ally Protect, Counterattack, Unkillable, until turn 5, because he doesn't survive otherwise. The idea is that once he gets better improvements, I should be able to do his A2 much sooner to be able to get more damage out of this. I also have Fayne. So we're gonna talk about the DPS, right? I have Fayne. Fayne right now, I have accuracy and perception, and she's at 178 speed, okay? 178 speed. Here's the masteries that we currently have for Fayne. But she's great when you take her into clan boss, because, I mean, we have exotic blades. She does have a chance of stealing the turn meter, but not really the reason we take her in here. Is we have her Flowers Tears, which is poison and decrease attack, along with her flowing style. The flowing style does decrease defense, a weaken, and also heals her by 4% of max HP. So with her, you have decreased defense, you have a weaken, and you have decreased attack along with a poison. She has a really, really nice kit, and she is really good for clan boss. And I agree. I think a lot of times people kind of sleep on her and don't use her, even though her kit is really nice. So she's great. So that's what I do right now, is I kind of flex them in and out depending. So it's always the 2 Maneaters and Skullcrusher, always Frozen Banshee, and then the last DPS spot is, you know, Fayne or Saito. And sometimes I do a little both. You know, I might do one run with Fayne, one run with Saito. So here is Saito. All right, here's masteries for Saito. And I'll show you his gear and his stats. So he's at 175. So like I said, a lot of times I kind of interchange them depending. And right now he is in Cruel Pieces and Accuracy as well. All right. And then we also have Banshee. We have Frozen Banshee. And I keep her in here pretty much all the time. Now, she does need one more mastery, is I want to go for Lore of Steel. And here is her speeds. Now, even though her and Fayne are both 178s, she has a little bit of higher speed in there, so she always goes first, which is fine. So she's the fastest. So we'll get in and we're gonna run one. I ran with Saito already, so let's take Fayne in, since we already ran one with Saito, and let's go. So what ends up happening with the slow Maneater comp, if you guys are familiar with this, is it takes until about turn 6 for the Maneaters to actually get into their right cycle, for them to actually line up the way that they're supposed to be. And it ends up being like a Maneater takes 1 and then 2 turns. So that's kind of how it goes, since you guys are going to see that. Now, Skullcrusher, because he's the newest one I added in and he needs some more gear improvements, we're not going to end up using his A2 until turn 5. I've been testing this for a while. He just doesn't have what it takes to live past the damage that the boss does until I get better gear on him. Then I'll be able to do his A2, which is the counterattack Unkillable. Also, it has the ally protect. I'll be able to do it sooner once he gets more improvements. But for now, from the testing I've done, we do it on turn 5. All right. So we'll run. Now, just also so you guys know how they're lined up, slow boys on the left, fast boys on the right. So that helps me kind of remember what they're doing. Hi, Private, how are you? So we love Frozen Banshee going first to lay down her poison sensitivity, and then Fayne coming on in with her poisons as well too. So pretty much, Skullcrusher's just gonna keep doing his A1 until we get to turn 5 for now. And then eventually we'll do his A2 sooner. All right, so turn 2, we have Fast Maneater is going to do his Unkillable. So like I said, it takes till turn 6 for them to actually be in tune. Gear and Great Hall. So far I really like this. I think this is a lot of fun. I also wouldn't object to trying out a different kind of counterattack champ if we can get like a Martyr or something eventually. Maybe like a Martyr or a Valk. But for now, I'm really happy having Skullcrusher in here, and that's why we call this the ManCrush comp, is what we currently have. Okay, so they did 31. All right, so this run here, 31.2. So right now, like I said, they're about 28 to 32 mil damage per key, and I still feel like there's a lot of room for improvement, like I mentioned, between gear and the Great Hall.